Hi everybody, welcome back to the Raw Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, as usual, you know I cannot gatekeep. I have to invite everyone in to this terrific community. Y'all are the best, and I want everybody to know. And listen, if you have been checking in regularly, watching the videos, and you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, be a part of this wonderful tribe. And listen, if you decide to do so, this is what you need to do. Go down in those settings, look around, find that subscribe button, and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell too, so you know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the beast, the algorithm. Woo, still dog walking it, y'all. And it's all because of y'all, because y'all are so faithful with the thumbs up. Also, I want to give a big shout out to all of the readers who decide to support the channel by watching the commercials. Y'all always hit it out the park. Y'all do. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. And over there in the corner, that's a join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I will be so grateful, so thankful, so over the moon appreciative to have that support. Also, if you just want to do a one-time donation, look in the other corner. You see those three little dots? Click that. And that's where our super thanks button is. And listen, all donations to the channel is always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all, we do have some shout outs. We do have some super thanks. And first up is my girl, Ulette is just everything. I don't know what I did, but she has decided this was her community and she is all in, and I am so grateful and I'm so happy that Ulette chose this particular community to be a part of, because wow, she is incredible. So thank you, Ulette. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And Annette Sweat, y'all know how I feel about you, Annette. Annette is everything. She has been with me since the beginning. She's a ride or die, always supporting the read, always there in the comments. She is just a cornerstone of this community. She is one of the founding members. I can say that because she, like I said, she has been with me just about since the beginning. And Annette rides hard for the read, and I'm so appreciative. So thank you, Annette. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And Floree Deuca, Floree, thank you. Now, Floree has been with us for a little while too. Now, she's usually quiet, but boy, she is everything. She is. When she decides she wants to comment and jump into something, you best believe her opinion is chef's kiss. It really is. So thank you, Floree. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And 08065 came through. Yes, she did. And y'all know, I love 08065. She has been with me for quite a while now, and boy, is she a ride or die. Always coming through, always in the comments, always riding hard for the read, and I appreciate it so very much. So thank you, 08065. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. All right, y'all, I'm going to play this and we'll talk on the other side. another quick shout out to you, Led, Annette Sweat, Florida Yuka, and 08065. Y'all are everything. I am just so blessed to have each and every one of y'all just supporting and being here for the read. It means everything. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is, and y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. I hit these internet streets, and let me tell you, I have been on these internet streets pretty much most of the day. And listen, the squatties are just talking about all kinds of things. We got some news from Harry and Meghan. We got some new pictures. And I'm going to feature one. I may be find the second one, but yes, we got new pictures from Harry and Meghan. And let's see what else is going on. Just a whole lot of little stuff that we're going to talk about. Y'all know I always have something to talk about, but yes, it is a lot going on still. And Swatties are really talking about how all of this is, something is going on. I'll put it that way. Something is going on, and we gonna talk about it. It's definitely something going on over there in Buckingham Palace and between Harry and Meghan and those flying monkeys over there. It is just, I feel a change a coming. I'll put it that way. So we're gonna talk about that. All right, let's get started, and I'm gonna put this up. We're gonna start with this. And this particular squatter is posting about news that just came out that Harry and Meghan are going to be producing a new documentary. Yes, and it's about the Girl Scouts. And this is an article that this Squatty posted, and it says Prince Harry and Meghan are producing a documentary about the Girl Scouts. And the Squatty that posted this said this: Harry and Meghan will be serving as executive producers of Cookie Queens, a new documentary heading to the Sundance Film Festival in 2026. I recall that Meghan was a Girl Scout herself with her mom as her troop leader. That's true. That's true. Look at this. More good stuff coming from Harry and Meghan. And listen, if you know anything about the Girl Scouts, you know that it is such a terrific organization. It is something terrific for your kids to participate in because it learns them so much. It learns them how to be determined, how to set goals, how to run a business, because you're out here selling cookies and it's a competition. And it's just really, really good. And then they have all the different badges that you could earn, and just creating expertise in different fields. And I can't tell you how many successful people started out in the Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts. And also, what is that other organization that Denzel Washington says that absolutely just saved him? And I think it's the Boys and Girls Club. Yes, that too. It is just so many terrific organizations out here that have been around for years and years and years and are still doing great work. So I love this, y'all. I love it. And I just love that Harry and Meghan are shining a spotlight. They have this shine, and they shine it on these wonderful organizations. And like I said, one of the best is the Girl Scouts. So I just think this is so cool for Meghan, because listen, Meghan was a Girl Scout. She was, and she was out selling cookies. Her and Doria was a part of this organization. Doria was her troop leader. So I love this, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but I am loving it. And this is the article that Squatty was referring to, and it is from Deadline. And the name of the article is Prince Harry and Meghan Takes Bite of Cookie Queens. Absolutely irresistible. Girl Scout documentary headed to Sundance. And if y'all don't know what Sundance is, it is a very prestigious film festival that is held yearly in Salt Lake City, Utah. Now, this film festival was started by this extraordinary actor. His name was Robert Redford. Now, he recently passed away, and he was an extraordinary actor, and he was an extraordinary human being as well. And for this film to be accepted to be a part of this very prestigious film festival is such a huge deal. It really is. And if it wins something, it can be the springboard to the Academy Award. Oh, y'all, I would lose it if something that Harry and Meghan produced won an Academy Award. I just could not, y'all. I could not. Y'all know the Obamas won an Academy Award for something they helped produce. So I have my fingers crossed, my toes crossed, my legs crossed, my arms crossed, even my eyes are crossed. I am crossed all over because to have Harry and Meghan show up at the Oscars because they're nominated, and if they win, I know I'm just getting ahead of myself. I know, but oh, would that absolutely be everything? It would, y'all. So this is what's going on here. It is so delicious, y'all. It's so delicious. Let me tell you a little bit about it and what it says in this article. It says captivating, candid, and full of heart. The film follows four girls ages 5 to 12 and their families as they navigate the annual whirlwind of selling, striving, and succeeding. Notes of description of cookie queens. For these Girl Scouts, selling cookies isn't just about thin mints and sisterhood. It's a crash course in entrepreneurship. Behind the smiles and the cookie boxes lie real pressure, long hours, ambitious sales goals, and weight of high expectations. That sounds so good, y'all. It does. And look at this. This particular squatty said, talk about full circle. Look at it. This is a little Megan. She was a member of Girl Scouts. I think the portion that she was a member of in these particular pictures are called brownies. Now, that is the really young Girl Scouts. They're called brownies. And look at Megan. Oh my goodness. So cute. So cute. And they were a member of Troop 949. Yes. I wonder where these girls are. I bet you they are bosses, just like Megan. I'm saying it is a full circle moment, isn't it? I love it. And look at this. Here's Doria. Yes, she was the troop leader. She was. This particular squatty says Megan Sussex with her Girl Scout troop and Mama Doria as troop leader. Yes, there's Mama Doria. You know, Doria was a great mother, and for someone the likes of Cara Malone to disparage her name and say she was in jail, she was in prison when Meghan was growing up. Woo, I'm telling you, y'all got the right one, because if you hadn't got the wrong one, it would be so many lawsuits flying over there across the pond. It would weigh that island nation down and it would probably sink, because these flying monkeys, every time they open their mouth, they're doing something unethical, lying, or breaking the law, or defaming someone. I mean, ugh. But they had people at one time so scared to sue that nobody sued them. They could say whatever they want to. That it was reckless abandonment over there. But when Harry absolutely has set a precedent, and you watch after this whole lawsuit with Harry is over, it is going to be plenty other people are going to be coming for the necks of those rags over there. I have heard the rumbling. Yes. And one of them is Paul McCarthy's ex-wife. Yeah, she says she coming for that neck. Yeah, so I cannot wait. I love it. And it is one more drop of water on their head to assist them to slip on down the drain. I'm just saying. And this particular squatty posted the statement from Meghan about being a producer on this documentary, and it's so sweet. It says, in a statement, Duchess Meghan says, when we first viewed the early footage of this documentary, it was immediately something we wanted to be involved in. The creative point of view and edgy yet humanizing tone and tenor of the directing and the glimpse behind the scenes into such a nostalgic and also modern tradition of Girl Scout cookie seasons are absolutely irresistible. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. And I'm going to put this up, and this is the longer version of Meghan's statement. And this squatty posted it, and it says, as a former Girl Scout myself with my mom as my troop leader, I have a personal affinity for this film, and I'm proud that all of our conversations and collaborations have led to Archwell Productions partnering with this award-winning team to executive produce this incredible captivating documentary. Yes, I love it, y'all. I love it. I think it's going to be so sweet and so entertaining. And the squatty that posted this said this: the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will step behind the camera as executive producers of Cookie Queens, a new coming of age Girl Scout documentary. I cannot wait. I can't. I'm telling you, I bet those little girls, they are future bosses. You know that they are absolutely focused when it comes to those cookie drives. I go to Walmart, they have them lined out there, and they do not fail to do the sales pitch. I'm telling you, they will absolutely get you. And the cookies are good. They are. I like the thin mints too. I do. I love it, y'all. I think it's so sweet. And I'm going to put this up because I saw this, and this squatty expressed a feeling that I have been feeling as well. And y'all know, if y'all been listening to the podcast, y'all have heard me say this. There is something going on here. Something is a changing. This squatty said this: something is seriously up. The media still hasn't mentioned Meghan's name in a negative light. Something is happening. Yeah, something is happening. I said that when they started to take up for Meghan in this whole situation with Thomas Markle Sr. and the Daily Fail. They didn't jump on the Daily Fail's bandwagon and start with the nonsense when it came to Thomas Markle Sr. They did not. In some cases, they took up for Meghan and defended her and said that the Daily Mail had crossed the line. Yeah, something's going on. And this other squatty came up under that and said this: on our Australian news channel tonight, they referred to her as the Duchess of Sussex. They always call her Meghan Markle. What y'all think about that? And the squatty came up under that and said, no way. No way. It is something going on, y'all. I said it. And y'all remember I did that article from yesterday. I'm going to put it up. And see where it said Princess Kate, ready to make amends with Meghan Markle, wants 2026 to be her year of peace. And I said right then and there, somebody is planning stories. They're trying to absolutely create a narrative here. Something is a changing. Well, look what popped up today. And this particular squatty posted about it and said this: Prince Harry's security review. Now, this, I am so jaded that they are doing this because of JE, or the Harry and Meghan, or that Harry and Meghan have shown they can survive without them. I need therapy to get my head around the sudden shift about Harry and Meghan. I don't trust these motives. Look at the article. It says Kate Middleton wants to find common ground with Meghan Markle to open door towards forgiveness, and feud fizzles. What y'all think? Tell me what you think, but I really believe that the barrier polls has really started to make things shift. And Charles knows that the monarchy is absolutely sinking. One thing about those people over there, they will do anything. And when I tell you anything, anything to preserve the crown. And if that means for them to do a reversal, they will do that as well. And I think, I'm not saying that they are in full reverse and ready to embrace Harry and Meghan, but the signs are absolutely pointing in that direction. Y'all tell me, am I just, is it my imagination? Am I over my skis? But listen, it is too many breadcrumbs leading to this conclusion. It really, really is. I believe that they are setting the stage for Harry to come back, and Harry not come back. Now, hold on, before y'all start throwing tomatoes at the screen at the podcast. I don't mean Harry to come back, like move to the UK. But I think they're setting the stage for Harry to come to the UK more often, to give him the half in, half out that he wanted originally. They are defeated. They are defeated. Harry and Meghan has won. All I can say is I called this way back when Harry and Meghan went to Colombia. Go back and run that beautiful bean footage. You will see in my podcast, I said Harry and Meghan had won. I'm claiming it. And I think we might as well recognize the fact that these folks are over there waving a white flag. They are giving up. And that whole thing about Harry getting his security back and all of this pulling back and taking up for Meghan when it comes to her father, and really going against the Daily Fail, one of their own, these flying monkeys going against one of their own. It is, like I said, it's a lot of breadcrumbs here. And I know it may have a lot to do with Invictus, but we all know one thing too to be true every time. And that is that family does nothing if it's not something to benefit them. So they know that they need Harry. Harry is not going to make a move without Meghan. So I think this is a whole chessboard that is starting to shift a lot. And I don't know what is going to happen. We have to sit back and we have to watch. But listen, the pieces on the board is moving. They're moving. The king is making moves here. I'm just saying. So, yeah, when all of these stories start to drop about reconciliation, especially between Kitty and Meghan, it's something up. It is something up, y'all. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Tell me what y'all think. Like I said, am I over my skis? But it definitely seems like something is happening here. and the chess pieces are moving on the board. I'm just saying. And if you don't believe me that the chess pieces are starting to move, look at this. This article says King Charles clears path for Prince Harry to rejoin the royal family. It says, is Prince Harry receiving special treatment from UK after meeting with King Charles? Now, I don't know about the special treatment, but it is something afoot here. Now, we can pretend like it's not happening, but listen, I see it. I see it. And this particular squatty posted this article and said this: if Chuck is failing, he needs to cement his legacy in Paramount. The only thing that will redeem him or define his monarchy is unifying the family, even in appearances only. If the Sussexes return, the criticism of the royal family and primary financing ends. Now, what this particular squatty is talking about is it is a documentary. I think it just ended yesterday. And they're talking about how the royal family is funded. And it is David Dumbleby's documentary. And if you recognize that name, you know that is the same person who wrote that book for Charles that really, really got him in a lot of hot water with the Queen and Prince Philip, because he was up in there saying that the Queen was a horrible mother and Prince Philip was cruel. I mean, he just let all the cats out the bag. And at one time, they were saying that he wasn't even fit to be, the heir to the throne. So I digress on that point. I am going to play y'all a sound bite, and y'all will get some idea of what I am talking about when I say this David Dumbleby documentary. I'm going to put up a picture of the person, and this is a journalist who is talking about this on one of those morning shows. So I'm going to put up the picture and we'll talk on the other side.
A lot of properties that are on the Crown Estate or governed by the Crown Estate are paying peppercorn rents or no rents at all. Now, I thought Crown Estate, fine, it's the King's gift, yes. But of course it isn't, because the Crown Estate is the Treasury, and so the money from any rents would go into the Treasury and then help with benefits or whatever, however the Chancellor and the Prime Minister would like to use that money. So actually, it's public money if they were paying their proper rent. So that's why they want to investigate it further, quite rightly. And this select committee, which one was it? I can't remember.
Public Accounts Committee.
Public Accounts Committee has decided that they need to look deeper into this. The Royals will be furious. Absolutely furious.
This is not necessarily a thread they want tugged at, I wouldn't have thought, because it's going to potentially show how it is that the royal family come into their money. And I'm afraid there is going to be a question about who exactly do we want to fund here. Now, I think the sort of the main royals, as it were, the next people down in line who are going to become king or queen.
Princess of Wales.
Thank you very much. Perfect. We're going to fund that if we want a constitutional monarchy. Some of the hangers-oners, I don't know that we want to allow to live in great royal lodges at no expense to them whatsoever.
Interestingly, you talk about William and Kate. Apparently, they are the ones that pay market rent for their 8-bedroom forest lodge.
Who decides what's the market rent, I wonder?
Well, but equally, if they're the ones that are the direct descendants that we all feel are the ones that we want to look after, then you kind of understand if there is some compromise for them.
I do think that the changes are coming when William is in on the throne.
Who is Princess Alexandra? No unfairness to her. I'm sure she's lovely. Princess Alexandra, she's lovely.
She is.
I'm sure she's absolutely wonderful. What a wonderful lady. She's cousin of Queen Elizabeth II. She pays around £225 a month for a property inside Richmond Park.
Is that the property? That's the property.
So, look, that's great that she's able to live there, but she's able to live there in effect on the public purse. And I think there is going to come a question in the near future about, are we willing to fund this? Are we willing to fund a subsidised rent for a woman who was divorced from a member of the royal family 30 years ago?
And there you have it. They want Harry to save them from themselves. They have absolutely stirred up a hornet's nest when people start poking around and really finding out how they are taking advantage of the British taxpayer. Woo! And this whole Dumblebee documentary that's on the BBC is absolutely going for the neck of the royal family. And this is on the back of that other documentary that they had on channel 4, when they were talking about all of the stuff, all of the places, all of the pockets that the royal family has their fingers in making money. And now they're looking into all of these peppercorn rents. Edward and Sophie is in so much trouble. They are, all of them are in so much trouble. People are starting to wake up, and they know Harry is the only one that has goodwill. And they remember how it was when Harry and Meghan was over there. Those was the good old days, and they want them to bring back the good old days. Well, the good old days are not coming back because the curtain has been pulled back and people are really starting to see through the grift. Because don't get it twisted, these people are nothing more than grifters. They're not somehow ordained to be better than you. These people are mediocre at best. Look at Charles. Look at Kitty, for God's sake. And Willie. Willie is dumb as a rock, but yet and still he thinks in his mind that he should be bowed to. Somehow he is better than. Stop it. It's nothing but gaslighting 101. I mean, gaslighting at its perfection. And it's nothing but a grift. That's it. They have been grifting the British people for what, a century now? Stop it. It's time to wake up and know that these people are so undeserving of your loyalty and your respect, and especially your deference. I'm just saying. I'm going to put this up. This particular squatty reposted that soundbite that I played for you and said this, that David Dimbleby documentary is still airing on the BBC. Now, I think it ended yesterday. And it says, and notice how the media has been quiet. It's in times like these that you realize the royals can absolutely suppress the news. So even that reviewing happening next year will come with a total blackout request. Where's the lie? And if you saw this whole clip of these people talking about this whole Dumblebee documentary, the two co-hosts of this morning show, they were behaving as if they were frightened to even speak their minds about what was going on with the royals. And did you hear the gentleman say that the royals would be furious, saying they would be furious? They're furious. How arrogant is that? To have the audacity to be furious with the people who are actually funding your lifestyle, your very lavish lifestyle, I must say. I mean, can you believe that? Can you believe that? These people are so entitled. They act as if they're entitled to the taxpayers' money. And this is what's going on. This is the climate in which they are existing now. And it feels very uncomfortable for them. So what are they going to do about it? They're going to try to bring Harry in the mix. They want him to be the salve that is rubbed over this gaping wound that is the monarchy. But I hate to break it to them. Harry is terrific. Harry has to shine, but even Harry is not a miracle worker. This whole monarchy is doomed, and it's all because of them. It's of their own doing, and I really feel that it is beyond saving at this point. Even Harry and Meghan could not save it, even if they tried. This ship is going down, and they might as well come to terms with it. People are tired of this nonsense. And even if William actually be able to become the monarch, it is going to be so different. And it is going to be even more dramatically different for George. People are not going to continue to put up with this nonsense. They're not. And I just love it for them. I do. But they really think Harry can do something to save them. And I believe they want Meghan too. They want to get that spark back. They want that shine. They want to absolutely use their shine. But in actuality, it's too late. It's too late. They had it in Meghan. If they only had embraced her, oh, they wouldn't be in this situation because the monarchy would be popular, everybody would be loving it, and no questions would be made. Now, this whole thing with JE, it probably would have came up, but they would have been better prepared if Harry and Meghan had been there. And I must say, I'm glad Harry and Meghan wasn't there, because why would they want to be smeared with the yuckiness of Andrew and all of his really depraved shenanigans? I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up, and this is two posts that I want to get y'all's feedback about. And the first one says this: over the past 24 hours, they've gone from King Charles III wants Harry and Meghan to carry out international duties on behalf of the crown to Harry is secretly positioning a rival royal court in the UK to challenge William once he ascends. I can't. Can you imagine that? Knowing anything about Harry, they know that this is nonsense. Harry would never, ever, ever think of anything so treacherous. But my thoughts on it is that they're trying to stir up trouble. Because what did Harry say? The newspaper, they are nothing unless the royal family is in discord, if they are in upheaval, if it is, royal rifts and all this drama within that family, for them to have something to talk about. They don't want them to live in harmony. They don't want them to make up. They don't want them to be a happy family. They want to be able to have them as tabloid fodder. They want to be able to have them as tabloid fodder. They do. Like this particular squatty said, I can't. It is really, really troubling. I don't know how all of this is going to shake out, but it's clear something is going on. It really is. I just want Harry to be very, very careful, especially when it involves his wife and his children. Now, do I trust Harry to make the best decision? I do. And at the end of the day, it's their lives. But I can put out my opinion. And my opinion is that these snakes cannot be trusted. I'm talking the flying monkeys as well as that family. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Why would someone have these narratives out there? We all know that they're coming from Fleet Street. Yes, because they make more money when this family is in turmoil, when they hate one another, when they're backbiting one another, when they are selling one another out. They make more money because they're able to sell their rags just on all of the nonsense. So I believe this is coming from the flying monkeys because they smell something too. They smell reconciliation. And they pretend like they want that, but I don't believe they really do. So y'all tell me what y'all think on this particular post. But I'm like this squatty. I can't with these people. And the second post is this: It says, my theory, first we hear that William will not be attending the Christmas lunch with his father. Now we hear that Camilla's children won't be there either. Maybe Harry and family will be there instead, and it will be private and we will never know about it. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Because I heard that the other day. They announced that Camilla's family wasn't going to be there. I don't know. I thought they didn't, want them to be there because of Willie. Because, last Christmas he had up a big mess because he took his cup of salty tears and went over there to Tom Sykes and said the reason he didn't want to have Christmas lunch with, Charles and the horse was because of Tom Parker Bowles, his nefarious past. And so I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. What is it to make of it? Is it really a possibility that Harry and Meghan will come for Christmas? I'm telling you, if I see Harry and Meghan and Princess Lily and Prince Archie walking down that path to that church on Christmas morning, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get off the floor for the rest of the day. Because I am going to be outdone, y'all. I don't know. I don't know if I can handle it. Y'all tell me what y'all think on these two posts. And I'm going to put this up. And Carolyn Graham has squatties digging around on Google and posting what they are finding about ethical journalism and professional journalism. Look at this. This squatty went on Google, because I can tell this is Google, and found what it said about ethical and professional journalism when it comes to how you're supposed to conduct yourself as a journalist. But we all know that Caroline Graham is not a journalist. She is what I believe would be a hoe. And her pimp would be the Daily Mail. But I digress. I digress, y'all. It says ethical reporters should generally avoid covering friends and family due to conflict of interest, as it compromises independence and objectivity. If unavoidable, they must fully disclose the relationship to editors and the public, but often the best practice is to recuse themselves entirely to maintain credibility. We all know that nobody over there to that whole fail has any credibility left, if they ever had any. Because we all know that Lord Nappyhead over there is trying to pass himself off as a white man when he clearly is not. So how can you be a credible organization when the very tippy top of it is built on nothing but a lie? And I'm just saying this is what I believe. Now, if he want to prove me wrong, he should do a 23andMe. He should do an Ancestry DNA, because I have an inkling that I'm right. Because like I said, we know our people, and he needs to go find his. I'm just saying. And it goes on and says, especially for significant stories like political campaigns or investigations, the key is transparency and avoiding any perception of bias. Woo! We know that's not true. It's nothing like that is happening over there at the fail, and it's definitely nothing happening like that over there in the Philippines with Carolyn Graham and Thomas Markle. Who ever heard of a journalist is the one communicating with your family about being able to talk to you? That's crazy. But yet and still, they want us to believe that these people have any kind of credibility and have no bias. I don't think so. And it says, ensuring the public's trust, the reporting isn't influenced by personal ties. Well, we all know if this is what you have to do to be an ethical journalist, well, we have proven that they are not. So nothing that they are doing is ethical. And Meghan rightly called them out for it. And the squatty that posted this said, in the ethics class I took in college for journalism, this rule has never changed. If you're an ethical journalist, you're supposed to recuse yourself from reporting the story. She shouldn't be involved at all. If she contributes to the story, then the editor must disclose that. Exactly, exactly. But I'll tell you this, they are really starting to act brand new because they know that they have stepped in it. The Daily Fail know that they have stepped in it because y'all remember in my last podcast I talked about how the Daily Mail had given a statement to the BBC, which is something highly unusual, but they did because they know that they were in the wrong and they were defending their position, what they were doing over there in the Philippines, having Carolyn Graham involved in this family's business. Well, it looks like they have had part of that statement taken out because they know what they are doing is unethical. The part where they were defending it, they had it taken out. Now, I don't know if the BBC did this on their own, but my guess is that the Daily Fail asked them to do it because they know that they have been nothing but unethical and they have crossed the line. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. This squatty said, I am flabbergasted that the Daily Mail's parent company essentially told the BBC that they, through Carolyn Graham, would be willing to facilitate contact between Thomas and Meghan. They must have realized how staggeringly unethical this was, because that part has now been deleted. Yes, they over there deleting stuff. Like I said, I don't know if the BBC did it on their own or if the Daily Mail asked them to do so. But my guess is they asked them to do so because it could be that somebody has contacted lawyers. Now, I'm going to put this up, and this is a repost, and the original post says, given the way the Daily Fail is currently doing the absolute most after that statement, I'm pretty sure that lawyers are already involved. All I can say to that is, I hope so. I hope so, because this right here is just absolutely too much. And while you are getting lawyers involved with the Daily Fail, don't forget GB News over there having Carol Malone spreading those lies about Doria. I'm still 38 hot about that. Yes, I'm still mad about it. So yes, get the lawyers. Go get the lawyers, honey. And the squatty that reposted this said this. And just FYI, Meghan's letter story did not make the front page of the Daily Fail tomorrow. No, did not make the front page. And we haven't heard a peep about what's in the letter. Not yet. Y'all, oh, Meghan absolutely did this thing up right. And it says the Daily Fail and Caroline Graham are effed. Yes, yes, yes. Meghan, I hope you absolutely sue them for their dreams. When they lay down at night, they can't even have a dream because you took it. I hope lawyers have been called. I hope this silence is because you have been silenced, as Oprah would say. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up, and this is an interesting little tidbit of news. It says, congratulations, Miss Doria Ragland, who has recently reactivated her social work license. Mama and daughter quietly going about their business, ignoring the noise. Now, to me, this right here is a classy and yet a kind of passive aggressive hit at Carol Malone. And hear me out. Y'all know that she told her biggest lie on GB News saying that Mama Doria had went to prison. And we all know anybody who holds a social worker's license in California and just about any state, I would absolutely say without any fear, every state in the United States, you cannot have a criminal record. You cannot have gone to prison. Now, I don't know if this is Mama Doria's way of calling out that liar Carol Malone or not, but I can say it is a master stroke if she is doing it, because she is saying right here, I can go and get my license renewed. And you can't get a license or a license renewal if you have a criminal record, because they ask you that when you go to get it renewed. And why I know this is because I have been a licensed professional for 2 states. So I know that you have to have a clean record when you apply for your licensure, when your licensure is granted, and when you go back for renewal, because you are consistently asked that question. So stop it, Carolyn Malone. And this might be Mama Doria laying the groundwork for coming for that neck. Because why would she renew her license? You know, if she was not trying to prove a point or build a case. Because, like I said, she easily renewed them. Why? Y'all tell me what y'all think. But I think we also may be getting the case for Mama Doria when it comes to GB News. I just wonder. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But it's very interesting. And I'm going to put this up for a side note. Just remember that Doria never betrayed her daughter. They tried everything to bring her down, but she stood firm on her 2 feet. Where is the lie? Now, they did try Doria. We saw it in real time. I mean, they showed up at her house yelling at her while she was riding in her car. All manners of things, taking pictures of her when she was walking her dog, offering her money. But Meghan absolutely could always depend on her mother to stand steadfast. And that's exactly what Doria did. I'm just saying. And this squatty says, never forget the tabloid stalked Mama Doria and offered her money to sell out her own daughter. She refused. No leaks, no briefing, no betrayal, only protection and love. That's what a real parent does. Exactly. Exactly. Give Doria her flowers, because she absolutely showed up when Meghan needed her the most. She protected her flower. And I want to put this up. This is a old new picture. It's old because I think it was taken back in 2023, but it's new to us because we haven't saw it before. Miss Sun Harriman posted this, and this particular squatty said this: old new photo of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, shared by Meghan Harriman. The photo was taken in September 2023 in Dusseldorf, Germany. Isn't it beautiful? Oh my goodness. And I want to show another one of Meghan, and she is seated and she looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, I don't know. I think Harry was practicing his speech, and Meghan was sitting out there watching him and coaching him, before his speech. But yeah, doesn't she look beautiful? Love it. And this squatty says, Squatties, take a moment to celebrate. Meghan's holiday special stormed the charts worldwide. The Daily Fail and Bad Dad was checkmated by Meghan. Yes, yes, yes. The Home Office did a U-turn and granted Harry's security risk assessment. Our faves are thriving in Montecito. Love wins. Where is the lie? Where is it? And I have to add one more. One more I have to add. And it has nothing to do with Meghan. It has everything to do with my favorite football player, Shador. He was named the Rookie of the Week in the NFL, the whole NFL. It says Shador Sanders has won the NFL's Rookie of the Week award. Legendary. Yes, I am winning all the way around. Do I know how to pick winners? Yes, we do nothing but win, 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 no matter what. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up because this is giving me life. Look at this. Prince William's Christmas ornament has been reduced. The original price was £40, and now it is down to the low price of £1. I kid you not. It could be in the £1 shop. I love it. This squatty that posted this, the original post says, Prince William went into clearance, was £40, now £1. Now, I'm telling you, it's reduced 99%. Now, that's a sale, but I am sorry. I still wouldn't take it off their hands for the £1. I do not want to absolutely put nothing like that on my Christmas tree. And the squatty that reposted this said, I bet they can't even give this one away. That thing is hideous. It is. It absolutely is. I'm telling you, but I love this. Stuff like this is so petty and messy. It gives me life. If you want one, they're on sale. That's all I'm saying. And I want to put this up. Don't forget about streaming. The Masaka Kids, they are streaming right now. It's 40 minutes of your time. And let's absolutely make this a success for Harry and Meghan. And also, don't forget about With Love, Meghan, the holiday celebration. It's still streaming all on Netflix. Y'all, come on. Let's keep it in the top 10. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all a little later. Bye.